Hey everybody, what's happening? Sandy the Third Beer coming at you, and happy Homebrew Wednesday. Just in the basement. Really, what's the word I'm looking for? Interesting day at work, if you will. So we're just going to pull ourselves off a half pint here. We're going to go with some cold blue pale ale. Because I had this in the keg, and she's carved up nicely. And actually, she drinks frig, but the carbonation is way off. Look at that. Let's just check and see what that's sitting at. Sitting at about 8 pounds. Well, obviously there's some turbulence in there, so we'll go with this. Cheers, everybody. Now, I gotta say, this is by far one of the better pale ales I've made. It's not overly hoppy, it's only about 48 IBUs. And the hops are there, but they balance everything else out really, really well. Now, like I said in last week's video, I did use 28's grain bill for his rainbow pale ale, and I can honestly say, Tony, that kicks ass, dude. It is awesome. It's 6% ABV, but there was some honey malt in there, and the really cool thing about that, it doesn't drink like a 6% beer. There's finished off at 10 tenths. There's some nice residual sweetness in there that just sort of round out the overall character of the beer. It's got a nice medium mouthfeel to it, and I'm really, really pleased. I'm going to try and knock the ABV down a bit on it next time, and make it more of a session beer. But this is delicious. There, it's pouring a little bit better now. So anyways, a little bit of rain outside, but we're going to go outside anyways, and we're going to check on the hops, because I think the Centennial, I think the Columbus is dead. She's dead, Jim. She's dead. So join me outside, and then we got some transplanting to do as well, weather permitting. And we'll talk a little bit more. Actually, no, we won't. We'll talk about this right now. Last weekend, I did brew up a beer. I did brew up a batch of Dropkick Nate. Cheers to Nate and Brad Pico of Under the Table Brewing for the recipe. Done it before. It's a kick-ass beer. Fire starting gravity was 1041, which was great because I lowered the mash temperature down a little bit to knock the ABV down. I'm shooting for mid-4s, so I'm going for, and this is going to be all be ready for Session Muskoka. We're going to be cutting it down to the wire, but that's kind of like how I like to do things sometimes. It's been going since Saturday, and it's fermenting like the dickens. It's actually slowed down a little bit, and you can see there's still some action. So we will take a gravity reading on it in a couple of days, and we'll go with our dry hop, and then we will cold crash, we'll keg it, and should be ready to go for the August long weekend, which I'm so stoked about. Got Dan coming up, we got Nick coming up, Nick's coming up with his family, and it's always going to be a great time. Actually, Mrs. Thrifty is actually going to be going to the beer festival this year. What? You say? I know. Freaked me right out when she says, honey, pick me up a ticket. I want to see what it's all about. Friggin' right you do. Friggin' right you do. So, Mrs. Thrifty is going to be living large and in charge at the Muskoka session as well. I cannot be any more excited. Which means she's actually going to keep me in line a little bit too, which actually probably not a bad thing. Anyways, enough yammering on. Let's bomb on outside and check on the Columbus. I think I got to transplant either some squash or some pumpkin. I'm not really sure what Rebecca brought home from school. So we will don the head mount. You can't even tell I got it on, can you? It's so unobscure. It's like I'm not even wearing it. It feels like a feathered cloud. Anyways, we'll go back out there. Go back outside. We'll grab a pint. We'll take the dog out for a wee bit of a wee and maybe a poop. And we'll see you guys outside. Cheers. We'll be right back. Take care. Unobtrusive head mount on now. A little sippy poo of beer. Cheers. I'm going to make this quick because it is spitting a little bit. I only have the skeleton case on the GoPro, so I don't want it to get soaking wet. Okay, so we got some cilantro growing here as well, but right around here was where I planted the rhizome for the Columbus. I'm going to dig it up and see what we can find, if anything, and yeah, she's dicked. She is dicked, boys, dicked. So, it's alright. Nothing out of that one. What we are going to do, though, is we're going to make a nice big hole, and we're going to transplant, it's either squash or pumpkin that Rebecca bought home from class one day. I'm not really sure. I'm going to have to wait and see. It's been doing this pot, but it's going to start to get a little bit of root bound if I don't move it. We have had some blooms, which means we're going to hopefully have some fruit coming off of here shortly. So, let's see what we can do, and hopefully I don't fucking kill it in the process. See if I can get it all up in one shot. Nope. That's not going to work. Ah, you fucker. There we go. Yeah, look how root bound that is. And we will just do one of these. Now, I have been told that planting an additional species with your hops is beneficial, and we're going to see what this does. So yeah, we've got some beans coming in over there, and I'm going to have to actually start thinning those out because they're starting to overtake. Just move those over there. Yeah, those are a high yield stringer bean that really have been doing well. We're going to wash our hands in the mosquito larvae ridden water. Turn off the hands on here, and we're done. So yeah, successful gardening trip. So the Centennial, pretty sure it's Centennial. Let me just see here. Pretty sure, yeah, Centennial is doing really well. I actually had another vine come up, and I started to train it, and it's growing. It's right about there now, and we're gaining. That was one day. Obviously, we didn't have a lot of sun today, but that was actually yesterday. It took off like the shot. So no more 2 inches a day. Sometimes it's 8, sometimes it's 2. Depending on your mood, it's all that matters. So anyways, that's all I got for you guys this week. Quick little update. I will be posting another video later on this week about my Heart Fit Challenge, which is going really well. I'll be doing my weigh-in and posting the results probably on Friday or Saturday at some point. I'll do my weigh-in on Friday morning. So I'll probably record it on the way to work, and then edit it up and publish it either Friday night or Saturday morning. Going to be doing another brew this weekend. I'm pretty sure I got Cousin Dan joining in on the brew day. We're going to do a Google Hangout, so those of you who want to stop in, feel free. No idea what time it's going to be yet, but more the merrier as far as I'm concerned. Anyways, this is Sammy the Thrifty Brewer saying if you're going to do something to do with the home brew, and by all means keep calm and brew on. Please be sure to like, subscribe, thumb up the video, and most definitely check out the links of the people I have listed down below because they are hilariously funny. Some are even talented, some not so much, but mostly they are. Anyways, you guys, that's all I got for now. So please be safe. Cheers. Take care. All the best. Cheers.